Hey y'all, what's going on? It's your boy Jay here. I want to tell y'all how my experience was for prison. It was lame. It was really like crazy. It was really challenging. It was really just a lot of stuff, like a lot of things that just really shaped my mind to be like, bro, I can never come back down here ever again. Some people think prison is cool though. They think it's cool, get cool points, get clout, get fame. They think they can go down there and they'll find themselves. Some people do find themselves, but more people are losing themselves down there in prison than finding themselves. I know y'all look around right now, y'all probably think like, man, it look like he in a cool environment. Yeah, right now I'm in a cool environment, but just 24 hours ago, I was in a messed up environment, man. Like my lip right here, like they gave me 3 years in prison. I signed for my time 2021 in November. I'm from Houston, Texas. They came and got me on chain in February. I left. I went to a unit in Huntsville, Texas. Got to the unit. They stripped me down butt naked. Ask you what your name is. Ask you what's your job. What's your crime. What's your number. You get this card right here. It's very embarrassing. You get a TDC card. This me bald. This me with the hair, with the fro, and like you just go through the process, and you go through a intake dorm where you with all type of people from Texas, like Beaumont, Port Arthur, Dallas. Y'all Dallas dudes be tripping, by the way, man. You from dudes from Como, Fort Worth, Tyler, Texas, Waco, Abilene, Lufkin, Nacogdoches, all type of cities, and then people city plexing in there. They think they city is better than your city, but hey, whatever, man. Anyways, y'all. So you gonna deal with all this stuff. You're gonna deal with these niggas, and you gonna deal with these guards, and you're just gonna deal with the overall environment. A lot of K2, a lot of tune being smoked, getting smuggled in, a lot of Jags is being tossed around. Those are cell phones. A lot of illegal activities going on. A lot of jacking going on, just jacking off on guards. Me personally, I wasn't in the jack game. I'm not a jacker. I just use my time to read books, work out. Had a couple fights. That's just regular, and got into it with like a couple people. But overall, I had to get up out that place. I know y'all see my lip, I got four stitches because I was in line about 6 days ago. I got to prison just yesterday. But I was 6 days, well, really 5 days away from going home, and the guy said that I skipped him in line. Some Mexican guy, he's about 210 pounds. Me, myself, I'm 176. Just giving y'all the little details behind the story. He said I skipped him in line, but I never skipped him though. So according to him saying that I skipped him in line, he said, "Hey, you skipped me." I said, "I didn't skip you, man." So he get mad at me and say that I skipped him. So I just turned around. Ezra, you finally up, man. Ezra finally up. Where you going, Ezra? He'll be back. It's my little brother. But anyways, so he said I skipped him, but I didn't skip him in line. So I turned back around and line on him, and next thing I know, he sucker punched me in the face. And I ain't gonna lie, he dropped me. He hit me hard, but he ain't dazed me. So I knew he ain't have nothing from the shoulders from me. So when I got up, I'm spitting out blood on the grass, on the concrete. I'm like, man, why you sucker punch me? Why you didn't give me time to set up, bro? So he just bumping with me or whatever. And this is what goes on in prison. Like people have bad days, and they gonna shine the bad day on you, and you gonna accept what they are going through. Either you gonna walk away from it, or you gonna accept what's going on. Usually I would just walk away from something like that, but since he punched me, put his hands on me, now it's physical. So I left from being in his face, and I went to my dorm and looked at my lip in a restroom, and I just seen blood, and I'm spitting out blood, and my white unit is just bloody everywhere. I'm like, yeah, man, I went on demon time after that, man. I just seen red, like Pooh Shiesty after that. So I'm asking people in the dorm, like, hey, where is his bed? Because I'm new to it. This unit that I'm at, I only been there 18 days. And they like, oh, we can't tell you where he's sleeping, we can't tell you where he at. But they Mexicans, Mexicans gonna ride with Mexicans, blacks gonna ride with blacks, whites gonna ride with whites, Asians gonna ride with Asians. If it's not enough Asians, the Asians gonna ride with the blacks. It's crazy. It's really segregated there. So they not letting me know what's going on. So I'm like, okay, don't worry about about it. I take it to my own hands. So I go in the day room and I'm just posted up in the day room. So I posted up in the day room and he pop out the cut out of nowhere. He try to rush me again. He try to steal off on me, but I'm on my P's and Q's. So I move back on him, you know what I'm saying? And then he try to walk me down. I just got to mowing him down. Just got to mowing him down, man. Mowed him down bad, man. Dropped him. He tried to grab me. I'm still punching him in his head, doing him dirty. And he got up off me. He like, man, run that back. I said, I'm not running nothing back with you, fam. I'm about to go home in 5 days. He like, run it back. It's like 50 Mexicans around. It's like they didn't try to interfere with what was going on, even though they're not supposed to. But if I would have got done worse, like if he would have stumped me out or something like that, they wouldn't have held me because they want to ride for their race regardless. So I'm like, I'm not fighting you again, man. I go home in 5 days. So next thing I know, they trying to ride on the unit over me. I'm telling the blacks, hey, don't ride, bro. It's over with. It's good. So the Mexicans pulling up on me, not the one I got into it with, but his friends pulling up on me. You know what I'm saying? They like, is y'all good? Is y'all straight? I'm like, man, look, I'm good. I'm straight. And the blacks like, man, we not good. I'm like, bro, y'all good. This don't involve y'all. It's straight. Trust me. And this dude like 47 years old, but he think because I'm young that I ain't got nothing for him. But I mowed him down. So, but a long story short, the guard ended up seeing my lip busted and split. And you know what I'm saying? He like, what happened? I told him I went to go play basketball. But he didn't believe the story. He didn't buy the story. So they did an investigation on me, took me to the hospital, made me get 4 stitches in my lip, put the numbing shot in my lip. It hurt really bad. Man, it was crazy, man. And then I'm thinking I'm finna go back to my dorm. I didn't go back to my dorm. They sent me to SEG, sent me to lockup. So I'm thinking I'm not finna go home because parole already gave me an answer to go home. So I'm like, this write-up gonna kick in and they gonna deny my parole. You know, I signed 3 years, but they made me do half of my time. And a lot of y'all guys out there, if you finna go do some time or whatever the case may be, if you got an aggravated charge, I don't know what state y'all in, but if you in Texas, you got to do half of that charge if it's aggravated. So if you got 10 years, you got to do 5 years. Maybe you can do 3.5, 4 years, but you're going to do a fourth of your sentence. I've heard crazy stories about people that do like, they don't do half, they do like 40% and they come up for parole and make parole. But for my case, I had an organized crime and a burglary habitation, ran concurrent. They gave me 3 years, they made me do half. So I'm in SEG, you know, just like I'm out of there. And I'm thinking they're going to G4 me, G5 me, which means that they're going to send you to max lockup if they find out that you're guilty on the case, which I was. And he's back there with lockup with me. So after that goes down, I gotta go home in like 4 days, and they ask me my statement, but the word gets back to me, and they tell me that they're not gonna have enough time to run my case. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe I could pop out on them. So when it was time for me to go, like a day before, the guard like, hey, you going home tomorrow. And that's how I ended up going home. And the guy that punched me, that we got into it, he's still in SEG right now. Do I feel bad for him back there? Nah, I really don't, because I never did anything to disrespect him. We walked him in the line at the same time, and he felt some type of way and punched me. And that's not cool. You just don't punch nobody. You allow somebody to set up, if anything, but hey, it's the penitentiary. I would not recommend nobody to go down there. Like, it ain't worth it. Like, whatever illegal activities you're doing, you got to ask yourself, man, is it worth it? Unless you're getting millions of dollars. And that's the only way I can see that it's worth it. But if you getting a couple of hundred, a couple thousand here and there, and it ain't just, you know, back to back like that, then, the streets ain't for you, man. I know it's fine and dandy right now. Like, we in the streets, it's fun, it's going down, a lot of action, a lot of street stuff going on, a lot of politicking. You know, it's fun at first, but when you go behind them bars and, you know what I'm saying, you don't got that support, or you don't got that money behind you, man, you pretty much out of there. I thank God I just had support. I thank God that people put money on my books because I was a good dude while I was free in a free world. So, you know what I'm saying? There's dudes down there that's never come home. They got 50, 60, 80 life sentences and stuff. And, you know, the environment is real toxic. Like, Ain't nobody trying to do right down there. You might get a couple people that's trying to do right, trying to go build their lives and, you know what I'm saying, make their life right and stuff like that. But majority of them, nah. You got dudes like me that wanted to come out better, but that's like, even that's rare. You know what I'm saying? But you know, just expect to get into it with people. You might want to expect to have fighting on your mind. Expect, you know, negative, bad vibes. Just expect a lot of stuff. You know, don't go down there thinking it's not gonna be anything a smooth ride, cause you got to deal with parole denial. You got to deal with these dudes, these guards. You got to just deal with, is your people gonna come see you? You know what I'm saying? Got to deal with a lot of stuff. So I want to shine the light on y'all about what prison like and stuff. So I'm gonna be posting like more videos just about my experiences in life. You know, telling y'all stories and stuff. And you know, I hope it can just resonate with that one person out there. But in the meantime, y'all, I'm going to catch up to y'all later. You know what I'm saying? Life way better now. You know what I'm saying? I've been talking to the bros, you know, talking to my baby mama, you know what I'm saying? Seeing my family and stuff, eating good. Life is just great, for real. I'm tired because I stayed up all night last night. I got 1 hour of sleep. I had to go see my parole officer today. I just stayed up listening to music, you know, getting back in the vibe, getting back in the groove. But, you know what I'm saying? We're going to try to make this channel like a place where you can get real advice from. But in the meantime, y'all, appreciate y'all. Respect, man. And y'all keep y'all head above the water, man.